Someone once said, my period used to be like clockwork, and now it's more like a game of chance. If you're in your late 30s, maybe your 40s, or even your early 50s, and you're nodding along right now to that saying that I just said, you might be getting your very first taste of perimenopause. Sorry to break it to you. Please, I just am going to tell you this, that your cycle that once ran like a well-behaved calendar event suddenly has a mind of its own. Maybe it's shorter one month and longer the next, sometimes heavier and sometimes lighter, or disappearing entirely. It's unpredictable, and honestly, it's completely normal. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my future videos, because I love to give tips just like these, and make sure to give this one a like if you're finding it helpful. Okay, so let's get right into it. So I want to talk to you today about the holistic breakdown, and I want to avoid the fluff. We don't got time for that. Your hormones, i.e. estrogen and progesterone, aren't dropping steadily. They're fluctuating, a lot of up and down, and it can be quite a while to measure. So just remember, it's like a kid in a grocery store who keeps running away from their parent. These ups and downs and the zigzags are what leads to cycles that feel different than they've ever been before. Sometimes your ovaries release eggs regularly, sometimes they don't. And as your ovaries age, they don't respond to hormonal signals the way that they used to. That's where the inconsistency is coming from. If your cycle is irregular, but you're still in the perimenopause window, it is usually just part of the transition. So please don't worry. I mean, it's one of the most common things people complain about that happens once they hit perimenopause. But if you've hit 12 full months without a period, that's menopause. And bleeding suddenly returns, that's a sign to check in with a healthcare provider. It 9 out of 10 times is very harmless, but it is always worth investigating more so, especially if you've had that long year break. So even though this phase is very natural, it can actually feel chaotic to most. So here are some of the things that I always recommend to any of my clients that hire me is to help them create a little bit of balance again. First, I want you to think about starting with the basics. So this might be something you haven't done in a very long time, but I want you to start tracking your cycle again. I know, it feels like a teenager, but it's going to help you a lot. I want you also to nourish your body with whole foods, some protein, healthy fats, and get some of those leafy greens into your body. Another thing that I really encourage clients is to move your body in ways that feel doable and not punishing. So make sure you're doing dance or some type of light exercise that you enjoy. Make sure to support your nervous system. Magnesium, raspberry leaf, ashwagandha, or simple breathwork can actually make a huge difference. I want you to also prioritize your sleep as much as possible. Even if it takes a little experimenting to get there, I know if you've seen some of my other videos, I've talked about sleep and that nightmare. I also want you to address your stress, because cortisol is one hormone that loves to mess with your estrogen and progesterone. The physical stuff is one part, but the emotional roller coaster that you're on is a journey of its own. The mood swings you might feel, the anxiety, the feeling more tender about certain things than usual. It's all connected to those same hormonal shifts. And I want you to think about a few things like these that you can incorporate into your life that really help. I want you to think of different mindfulness practices, deep breathing or meditation, gentle movement, and creative outlets. But also look into getting time with people who actually get it, other women that are maybe going through the same thing as you right now. And of course, I want to bring back the good old-fashioned humor. Sometimes you truly have to laugh about it. So find a good, funny book that is maybe about the ups and downs that one might face when going through menopause. Or a good sitcom has saved many women during this time. So yes, these cycle changes can feel confusing, maybe slightly irritating, and maybe even sometimes downright inconvenient. But you are not broken. That's the one thing I can give you. You are like a phoenix, transitioning into a new season, and your body is actually recalibrating in the way that it was designed to. So if your period has started behaving like a mystery guest who shows up whenever they want, Tell me below. What's been the biggest change you've noticed? And let's talk about it. Let's open the conversation about menopause today. Thank you so much for watching another video. Make sure to subscribe to find more tips like this.